you heading to see Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes and want to get caught up on the previous three films? Well, I got you covered. My name is Mike Vaughn, and this is the story so far. A scientist named Will Rodman is doing a study on a new drug that could cure Alzheimer's disease. During a presentation for a new drug called ALZ 112, a chimp named Bright Eyes, which was a clever nod to the 1968 Planet of the Apes, goes berserk and has to be shot. Needless to say, his boss pulls a plug on the project, but not wanting to give up, Will sneaks out a baby chimp named Caesar. Now working in secret, he notices that the chimp is rapidly becoming more and more intelligent. We also learn that Will's dad, Charles, is suffering from Alzheimer's, hence the drive to find a cure. Will also starts treating his dad with a drug, and it seems to be curing him. 5 years later, Caesar has developed into a very smart monkey, having advanced problem solving skills. Sadly, Will's dad's disease resurfaces again. While Will was out one day, Caesar injured a neighbor as he was protecting a very confused Charles. With nobody around, Caesar is taken to animal control. There he is tortured by the workers and he befriends the other apes. Eventually, Caesar frees himself and helps his new friends escape. Meanwhile, a new, stronger version of the original drug is approved. Will goes to use it on his dad, but it's too late. Tragically, Charles died in his sleep. During trials on a new ape, a coworker accidentally is exposed to the drug and is infected with a nasty virus. Meanwhile, Caesar gets his hand on ALZ 112 and uses it to make the other apes smart like him. His newfound army of apes frees all the lab apes and the apes from the nearby zoo. A group of monkeys storm the Golden Gate Bridge, leading to a massive attack. Caesar and his apes make it to the Redwood Forest, but he has to say his tearful goodbyes to Will. Though we find out that the neighbor from earlier has what is later known as simian flu and spreads it after traveling, setting up the downfall of man and the rise of the Planet of the Apes. Picking up from where Rise left off, we learn that the simian virus has wiped out nearly the entire human race. The only ones left are humans that are resistant to the virus. This band of humans are running out of resources and must venture outside their area in search of a hydroelectric dam which will restore power to them. The problem is, the dam is on ape land. We learn that it's been a full 10 years since any ape has laid eyes on a human. The leader of this group is, of course, Caesar, with his right hand man, Koba. Through the kindness of Malcolm and his partner, Ellie, Caesar allows the men to work on the dam. The main thing is, humans are refrained from carrying guns. However, the only guy that knows how to fix the dam hates apes and disobeys no guns rule. This leads to Caesar taking back the permission to be on ape land, though he changes his mind after Malcolm and Ellie save Caesar's wife's life after she gives birth. Koba, who is very anti-human after suffering so much torture, gets frustrated with Caesar siding with the humans. He decides to swipe a gun, shoot Caesar, and blame it on the humans. Now it's all out war. Caesar is not dead, and Ellie and Malcolm save his life. Caesar comes back and reclaims his throne. We learn that Koba has imprisoned the humans and also any apes still loyal to Caesar. Koba and Caesar have a massive battle and Koba is killed. Yet Caesar cannot undo what Koba started, and now more military are on the way. It's all out war. Taking place 2 years after the previous film, the military are still searching for Caesar and also wiping out as many apes as possible. Both sides are losing many as both man and ape are armed. We find out that the apes have split into two factions, those loyal to Caesar and those who were loyal to Koba and were too afraid to rejoin Caesar. The latter apes are used by the military for their inside information and brute strength. Caesar's son finds a new place for the apes to live, yet their hope is shattered when soldiers find their current hideout and kill both Caesar's wife and son. We later learn this was done by the colonel, which leads Caesar on a path of revenge. We also learn that a gorilla named Winter betrayed them, giving up where Caesar and the apes were living. Caesar and his crew track Winter down to a military base. He tells them where the rest of the men have gone, although Caesar ends up killing Winter by accident while trying to keep him quiet. So don't snitch. The group meet a mute girl and, instead of leaving her to starve, decides to take her with them. She will later be named Nova. This is, of course, another callback to Planet of the Apes, the original film. Caesar and his friends happen upon another ape called Bad Ape. Bad Ape agrees to take Caesar and his company to the military base. At said base, Caesar confronts a dying colonel who reveals that the virus has mutated and left most humans mute. Caesar and his crew are captured and made to work at the base, though they, of course, escape and free the other apes. But sadly, it costs Caesar his life. The film ends with the apes in a lush paradise, all thanks to Caesar and his loyal followers. So I hope you all enjoyed that video. I want to know, what do you all think of this trilogy? I think it's nearly perfect. Please weigh in the comments. And as always, I will see y'all in the next video.